I swear to you it works because I lived it. I was at my lowest point, standing on the 6th floor of a parking garage, ready to take my last steps, right before I started my change. And before I started to, the pieces started to click. I had been studying the brain, and I had done all these success seminars, so I sort of, after that moment when I walked away from the parking garage, I was able to put all the pieces together, and everything suddenly sort of magically fit, and my life changed, and my life changed fast. I mean, within 60, 80 days, it was a 180 complete turnaround. I was happy, I was joyful, the depression was going away, I wasn't having the anxiety, I had tools to deal with things when they came up. I mean, holy shit, change. Friends are like, what the f happened to you, man? What is going on? What did you do type of change? That's what I'm talking about, because that's what I went through. So that's why I wrote the book. That's where the website came from, is that I want to help you, I want to help others come to this change, come to this doorway where you can go through it, and on the other side is a whole new world. I mean, foods tasted different. Things, it was, I can't tell you enough how big a change it was. We have to look at everything in a very real way. The world around us exists from our perceptions, it's like a lens or a filter. So we are seeing the world through our beliefs and through our experiences. The brain is an amazing pattern recognition machine. That's what it does. Over thousands of years of evolution, that's how it keeps us alive. Let's say you're going to buy an Audi, and so you were searching online about the Audi. You know, when you start looking into that car, all of a sudden you see that Audi on the road everywhere the next day. Well, it's not that 1,000 people went out and bought that Audi the night before. It's that your brain is recognizing a pattern. You've told it something that's important, so now it's flagging that in the world. I mean, we are bombarded with thousands of bits of information passing us all day long, and the brain just dismisses things that aren't important. You know, patterns that don't need to be followed, that aren't important or aren't dangerous, or, you know, the brain is constantly scanning the environment and dismissing information until you tell it, hey, this is important. Like the Audi. Now all of a sudden you see it everywhere. The same thing happens when we get into negative thinking patterns, when we get into reactionary, when we're just reacting to the world, and maybe we have some bad stories or some negative stories about ourselves. The brain finds that in the world, so your world becomes negative. And I got caught up in these negative thinking patterns too, and I got caught up in a belief that life has to be hard, and that you know, I have to work, and it was like all these stories and all these beliefs became my world. It was right there in my life, all around me, all along. And it was this pebble, and this pebble represented my thoughts, my everyday thoughts. If we learn to control those and to control our mind, the world around us magically changes, and you are gonna start to see change. I swear it, because your pattern recognition brain is gonna do it for you. So we are just putting it in the right place to find in the world all of this great stuff that was already there. We just didn't notice it before. So now we're noticing. Now we're becoming aware of our thoughts, feelings, emotions, and we're telling it what we want it to think, and it's going to find it for us. Not magic, just the brain doing what it does. This material is easy, fun, enlightening, amazing, really interesting. It's fascinating what I learned about the brain.